Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Madden God. I'm Max, your host. I'm here with the wonderful, the amazing, one and only, stellar Rockstar. Hi, Roxy. How are you today?
Hello, Max. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
So,
Welcome all of the listeners. Thanks all for tuning in.
Yes. We appreciate that, and we're very happy to share this moment with all of you. So today we're going to talk about creating your own reality.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the idea. I let you go with it.
Well, you know, the work of self-discovery and how one creates its own reality reveals itself during the journey, and it's not an answer that you can pat down and logical in the way of comprehension for a majority of humans. Like 99.9% of them won't get this concept when they first hear the initial idea. So you have to truly journey into it and understanding you creating your own reality. And there's a lot of dynamics behind there that you have to have firmly in place and in order to understand that concept in its fullness and its rightfulness as an idea of what happens to and for you, depending on your perception, on a day-to-day basis, a minute-to-minute basis, truly. So when I first heard that you create your own reality, of course, I almost fucking short-circuited. You know, I was like, I didn't choose this. I didn't choose this. Your typical ideas about not choosing the positive or the negative ideas. Well, you always try to choose the positive, but the negative ideas and the bad things. And I didn't choose to be born in this idea. I didn't choose to be born in this family. I didn't choose to be transgender and and feel all these emotions in me. All those things. I didn't do that to me. I had no part in that. And that's the concept that is very confusing because you're using a separated mind that understands reality from the limited point of view of its journey on earth. And everything that you find valuable or true in that reality as you journeying, will give you a perspective of that statement. So after peeling 1,000 layers of this away, come up with the concept. And it's not really a concept, but okay, I guess it is. I want you to understand that first off, you have to understand emotions. They are created. Don't think for one fucking second that your emotions are standards. The human experience wants to experience something very particular, okay? It wants to particularize. I said it twice. It wants to create a reality that it has a very, very unique experience. And of course, creators, we all are, we have done that in stellar fashion, okay? And that is to relate to reality through a separated perspective. So in that polarity world we live in, we have positive and negative, good and bad, yes and no's. Represented by creation, we have laws, we have criminals, we have victims, we have enforcement, we have karma, we have good, bad, we have yin, yang. It's all relative because it's all created within that world. And that entire encompassing polarized world that we live in and separated is the reason we came here. Somewhere where we can't get that experience, nowhere close to that unless we are incarnated as that I'm not God self, not knowing your eternal self, all of your incarnations, everything you've ever been through, but not in the idea of oh, I was this, I was this, I was this, to posture your greatness in egoic form. That's the idea of feeling. The way you relate, the way you think, the way you interact with reality is where I found the idea about creating your own reality. I found it in emotions. So I was watching my emotions and noticing how I would get angry and get happy and get upset due to these ideas, what I was targeting. It could be a person was the cause, they betrayed me, I betrayed them, I feel guilty, I like them, now my affinity with them, my love for them. So all of these emotions were always targeted. And then I was introduced to the concept of you create your own reality. You create the idea of um, you're the only one in your universe. So I was like, well, what are all these other people? Well, what are those things? And the answer was they were a reflection of the all, one and all. So consciousness being consciousness reflects and exactly what you are. So what was I was two different things. What was happening and what was I defining were interpretations of what was happening. And I realized I'm just interpreting through the emotion. And I kept on putting emotion back into the vortex, which is law of attraction, and realized, okay, if I energize emotion, I maintain the emotion. So why does reality do that? Because it's perfect. Reality is your best fucking friend. It doesn't give a shit how you feel. It's only thinking one thing. I'm going to give you exactly what you are here. And it never fails. It's not your mother. It doesn't want better for you. Doesn't want any better for you. Doesn't want to invalidate how you're feeling. See, it will never invalidate how you're feeling. See, mothers want to invalidate. That hurt, Mom. No, it didn't. They want to invalidate. Oh, that didn't hurt. Don't worry. Just get up and brush it off. And you're in pain. And then all of a sudden you have to think, no, that didn't hurt because that authority said it didn't hurt. So she's invalidating my world. So I have to be a different emotion to distract myself from the pain and move into a different field of operation. So automatically I'm already starting to avoid. I'm avoiding what I am in the moment. I'm putting myself in time to escape from where I'm at. And if we're in positive emotions, we try to maintain it. We try to memorize it so we can repeat it. We try and never have a good time, and then you go back and you try the whole scenario again, and it's never the good time again. It's never equal. Well, no shit, because you can never repeat yourself. So I started seeing emotion itself was what I was telling creation to be. So when I was feeling angry and I reacted to my anger with anger, the anger continued until I was done with the anger. And maybe someone would calm me down and say, maybe someone would say, it's okay to be angry. Or maybe they would say, why are you angry? And then my mind would be, okay, I have to fix this because this is a problem. And so the only way to fix it is another emotion. It has to leave that field of anger and move into a different relationship so I don't feel angry anymore. And it would go anywhere I can manage within the polarized field, the emotional field. So that's why I'm creating my reality, because I'm putting emotions. How it plays out in reality is one of a million ways. See, we can never predict how it's going to play out. We never predict. Reality doesn't give you specifics. It gives you vibration. So if you are feeling like shit, reality is going to say, here's more reasons to feel like shit. Misery loves company. When you are a miserable person, you will get misery in your life. See, when I used to argue with my mother about the stance we were defending, I was defending against her. She was actually getting what she wanted. She didn't want to win the argument. She just wanted the emotion content behind the argument. Failure, anger, whatever. I can't interpret her world. My world is my world. So then I start seeing, wow, I really am creating my own reality because she pissed me off and I got to fix it by winning, by defending, by justifying. See, I was moving the emotion. I was hurt because she didn't accept me, and I would justify the reasons. She would counter, and all we are doing is exchanging emotions, maintaining the reality. The human mind conceptualizes creating your reality as some manifesting God that goes, poof, there's an orange, poof, there's a tree, poof, there's the idea of God creating the trees and all the heavens and the earth and all that shit. That's total fucking bullshit. We don't create one fucking idea at a time. We create relationships that are reflected that validate that relationship. That's what we create. Reality is your best friend. So it's like let's put all the criminals on an island and let them criminalize each other. They wouldn't, because there's no victims on there. See, they need someone to attack, but they're all the same thing. Nothing would happen. And by the way, they're already on their own island. Criminals and victims are on their own island. If you believe in the idea of victimization, if you will put yourself in the position of that's possible, I might get robbed, I might get assailed, then you're going to create reasons to continue that truth. You're on the island with criminals because you are potentializing that truth. It's kind of like evil. Evil exists because there is a faith that says there is evil. So when you believe in that faith, then evil is a part of that. So reality will give you reasons to see and interpret reality as evil, only to reinforce your truth of your belief. Duh. Mm-hmm. It's not going to tell you right or wrong. It's going to give you, hey, this is what you are. Keep going. So if you want an entire life of evil, defending against it, avoiding it, you may never experience an evil, but that's not the point. The point is that you have a belief in evil in your reality, so you're always going to defend against it.
Yeah. And that's
if you want a war, build a defense.
And that's the evil perceive
defend yourself and you'll
evil.
Get a war. What?
Does the evil
You're
perceive
delayed.
itself
What?
as evil? Yeah. Sorry. Let me see. Does the evil perceive itself as evil? You can hear me?
What? Yeah, but I didn't understand the statement. Yes, no, I can hear you. I didn't
Yeah. Go ahead.
Say, I didn't understand your statement. Evil perceiving it's evil.
But
I didn't understand that.
Yeah, but I mean, right? But when I say, I don't know, the demon is evil. Does the demon perceive itself as evil?
Of course not, because the demon isn't there. The demon isn't there. There's nothing there. That's the key. You create your own reality. All you're getting, reality around you, all those things are a reflection of vibration. It's not there. There's not a demon there. The demon is its own world, if there is even a demon. And it's its own idea. You'll never know what a demon is. Your demon is represented by your vibration. Your truth about a demon is the vibration that will represent a demonic idea. There's no demon. That's what you got to see. It's your own world. That's so vital and almost unfathomable to the human mind. Because we look, everything is external. It's all there. I'm touching a table. It's making sound. I'm drinking out of this cup and drinking tea, and I have a taste. those are outside of me. No, they are my what we call a reflection of my truth to experience. And all of this stuff is vibration manifestation that create my reality. All these perceptions come in because of the vibrational match. No one knew air conditioning until air conditioning was introduced. We didn't know what a guitar was until a guitar was introduced. And now it's all in the psyche, so it's acceptable. You can manifest a guitar. You might have to go to the store and buy it, but it's actually a reflection, an experience of vibration. It's a holodeck. So when you start bringing your world, making it very, very small and paying attention to your emotions, you'll see how you're truly creating your reality. Because if you're putting your energy, your emotional energy into a target, a truth, whatever it is, it's only one target in every now. And that is going to say, here's what I am. And reality says, you got it. Every time without fail. There's no demons. You create a reality of a demonic. There's no good people. You create a reality of good people. Because you're vibrating that truth. You want humanity to join and be this one unit? Don't force them. Don't make laws about it. Vibrate your fucking truth by being the representation of the way you would be, what you are. What you represent, you need to put that out. Not in counterance to humanity to fix them. That's obtuse. That's creating a reality that's going to only justify reasons not to be fixed. You have to look at reality and says, that's wrong, then go ahead. You're going to get reasons to always say things are wrong. I guarantee it. Because that's your truth. And reality is going to manifest that same fucking equal emotion, that vibrational truth. All of these truths are coveted because you came to a world of separation, you didn't know anything, and then all of a sudden you took on these personalities, you built them over your lifetime, moms, dads, country, culture, religions, all of these are part of your truth, and that's why your reality is exactly like it is. You got to get out of that fucking attic up there, that mind of yours, and get down into the fucking heart of yourself. Get out of your fucking topside head. Distraction, 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 distraction. Just going back and forth in the diarrhea land and then energizing the polarity, creating the continuing reality. You don't want to invalidate anything because invalidation only validates it. You want to not invalidate. You want to accept who you are and put your energy into the life that you want. And that energy that you want is the now life, not the future life, now life. So you must see that those criminals and those victims are in our own little world. It has nothing to do with you. It's like I'm over here in this world, and my world and that world can never get together. Why? Because we're on a different earth. My world and their world are never connected. They're not a vibrational match. I don't have victims in my world, and I don't have criminals in my world. Because I am that idea. Oh, they might be criminals. I might co-create with a person that might be a criminal in the past or potential. But in that now, they're not that. They're vibrating in my world. If they're in my world, they match me. If they're not in my world, I can give two fucks what they're doing because it's not my world. My world is my world. I live in my fucking world, my world. Now I can see how I'm creating my reality, where I'm putting my will. You will things into reality. And it manifests in just remarkable ways. But you got to start backing off out of the mind and start focusing in the moment. See, right now, you're in Max's. You're in Spain. You've been there a couple of weeks. You manifested Spain. Your mind told you, "Oh, we have this, and then we can go, and it'll be easy." But actually, you manifested that because your truth was, I'm going to Spain. And it's not Spain that you're going to, it's the vibration that you're validating. The relationship within your mind going to Spain, but it's actually the feeling you're creating.
Yes. I have a relationship with the idea Spain. So when I go to Spain, that's what I'm manifesting. That's what I'm having as an experience. Not because Spain is like that, but because I have a relationship. I am attracting this. What
This is
Spain
your
is
Spain.
for other, yes. What Spain is for other people, I have no idea, and it doesn't matter because I manifest my version, my reality as an idea of that. Yeah, absolutely. It's as simple as that, but right? We may believe that Spain is the same for everyone. It isn't.
It's not.
It's not.
It never is.
Well, in October, I overheard a discussion between two people, and they were talking about taste. And one of those two people were saying, "Oh, everyone has the same taste. When you eat, I don't know, when you eat chicken, well, everyone tastes the same chicken. Chicken tastes the same for everyone." I said, "No, my chicken is not your chicken. I'm sorry. My orange is not your orange."
Don't be sorry.
The way it tastes for me, yeah, just kind of way of saying. But the way it tastes for me, it's not the way it tastes for you. And that is, right, my relationship with the food is different from your relationship with food. The way, right?
That's right.
We will not
That's
have
right.
the same experience.
But the humans look for commonality. Humans look for commonality. Humans look for comfort in numbers. They like to be grouped together because we're not used to being ourselves all by ourselves. We have been depending since we got to this planet. So we need those external validations constantly. So we share these ideas and then we group up because we share the same religion or we had the same problem. And so we can get together and talk about we had the same problem, the same incident. And those are ways to create worlds, guys. That's not wrong or right. We're looking at how you create your reality. Despite the emotions behind them, you got to look how it works. It works just like that.
Yeah,
okay,
I have an example, a very concrete example of where things go that you can see the creation very quickly happening. So it happened twice, quite the same thing, but not exactly. But I was right in the car with someone who are driving, going somewhere, and what happened is that we took the wrong road, right? The wrong direction. So we found ourselves going through a road that we didn't want to go through. And so the driver gets a anger attack. He gets angry about what is happening, right? We took the wrong road, and now they're getting angry and angrier and at me as I'm the one there. And what happens as they get angrier and angrier, and I am there taking the anger and myself panicking to this, right, to this anger, the road we are taking gets worse and worse. Bumpy and very horrible road and just horrible to drive. And it was so connected, right, with the situation that we were having in the car with this person very angry and me very panicking at the anger, and the road getting worse and worse. And right, you create your reality. Yeah, the reality was a reality of those heavy emotion of that anger, the emotions that I was feeling, and that was absolutely there in the road, in the way the road was getting worse and worse, right? And this is an example where you really can see how, right, the way you're feeling, the way you are connecting with reality in that moment can be then seen or experienced in what you are experiencing. In the way your reality is evolving as you're moving through it. Because did the road need to be so bad in that moment? No, but it was. And it was, right, exactly the way we were.
Yeah, it was because creation said, you want this.
Yes.
The road got worse because the vibration was continuing. And so it represented that. It allowed you to continue to feel that way. That's the point. That's an outstanding example.
Yeah.
Angry, pissed off, mad, targeting. Create the world that reinforces that.
Mm-hmm.
It's that fucking simple, guys. But what you got to know is you can't use your thinking mind. Your thinking mind is a catastrophe. Your intellectual mind is way, way, way different than your thinking mind. I mean, the thinking mind has done good. We've had a lot of ideas on humanity about thinking. We do that. But see, we're not talking about the creative thinking mind. We're talking about the mind that relates to reality through emotion. That thinking mind. We have to fix this. This is wrong. I got to make it right. I like this, but I can't. I don't deserve it. Well, if I do this, this might happen. See, that's the thinking mind that takes emotions and plays out the scenarios of possibilities that's not in the now and energizes those truths. So therefore you say yep to those and then you manifest them in whatever millions of ways it's going to be represented. You got to get out of that thinking. You got to get into your heart. But the first thing you got to do is see that you're full of shit. You got to just say, my God, I'm full of fucking shit. Belief systems. My bullshit is my belief systems. Understand that's my truth. I get that. So it's like a girl that says, why do I keep attracting these guys that, these loser men? Because you got no fucking self-worth. You don't believe that you can get a good man. You don't trust there is a good man for you. You keep taking chances, but you're vibrating, I suck, so give me a man who let me know I suck. Duh.
Yeah.
That's how we create, guys.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen overnight. It's very, very arduous work to recognize your own truths. You have to accept them. You got to humble yourself to them. You got to surrender to them. You got to transcend those so you don't put those out as a reactionary self, a standard self. You have to bring that in and say, you know what? I have a chance to be angry here because my reality says I should be angry. My truth says I should be angry. So if I get angry about this, I'm going to create a reality in that continuance of an angry idea. I'm going to attract whatever reality is. Versions of reality, versions of people, versions of consciousness that's going to say, here. But if I have a choice and I choose not to engage in that, I don't get that reality. The reality starts to change. People always react to people that change.
Yes.
They take notice of it and like, oh my God, you've changed. I don't like the new you. I like the old you. Well, I'm not a fucking drug for you. I'm not going to be a dependency. I got to be myself. And you start being your own truth and watch how reality starts to match your truth. People are chicken shit to take a chance on themselves. Hang on, Max.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're chicken shit to take a chance on themselves. Because they're afraid. So when they take an action and there's an opportunity to speak up at work or tell this employee not to do this or tell my spouse this and be honest was something. And what they do is they vibrate fear. So their life says, no, you can't have that. You're going to always invite people to criticize you. You're going to always feel anxiety because you're not accepting that is a relationship of fear. It's not actually a truth. Anxiety is just a perception of fear. So if I start believing in that anxiety, I will get reasons to be anxietal. You got to understand that, guys. There's no reason behind everything. Everything is right away give and take. You give it and then you take it because it's coming back to you, and it comes back quickly. Put it out, get it back. Put it out, get it back. Put it out, get it back. So you got to see that self that you create in the moment is vibrating a truth going, hey, everybody, here's what I am. But you can't think about it up here. You have to feel it. You have to feel your fucking truth. If you're depressed, it's because reality is saying, hey, you're not going to get anything good because you want to be depressed. So accept your depressions and hear some more. Or you can say, wow, I'm depressed because I have lack about my reality. Something else should be happening and I'm not getting it. I can't get enough views on my TikTok. This guy doesn't like me. The people at school don't like my outfit. I'm depressed. Good. Then you're going to get that reinforced. See, that's how it fucking works. Because reality doesn't give a flying fuck how you feel, because it's not positive or negative. It is an absolute best friend that says, I'm going to never stop giving you what you are. So you have to be courageous enough to change that.
Oh, and it's not easy.
And say no to that.
Yeah.
What?
It's not easy, right?
Fuck no, it's not
work. You have to work on that and you have to evolve. And I have to say, right, you said, right, you're afraid. And yeah, and I have to say that's my experience. My experience has been of being abused as a child and have a lot of anger thrown at me and all along that kind of things. And every time I was putting myself into those situations, I felt the injustice, and I felt that I wanted to say so many things to my mother, to my stepmother, to my father, and all those people that were angering me and opposing me and all that. And I never had the courage of doing that. But I knew perfectly what I would say to them, what I wanted to say to them. But I've never done that because I didn't have the courage. But, I was in fear. I was scared. And I didn't know I could do that because my perception, my idea was, well, if I say anything, if I have the courage, it's going to get worse. Or what's going to happen to me if I confront them, right? And so I've never done that. I've always taken that stuff and, well, right, maybe one day it's going to happen, but it never happened. So I find myself in this reality where I was angry at my family, right? My parents, and feeling the not understanding, right? I was feeling the injustice of the way they had treated me, not understanding it, but also not being able to just confront them. And so clearly, it doesn't happen over, right, in one day. I had to work all these years, step by step, understanding myself, discovering myself, and discovering many things about myself, and then discovering many things about my relationship with these people, with this being, having recognizing, right? I started recognizing, what is this relationship? Are they my parents? Do I have to see them in a particular way, or what are they in regards with me, right? And but the most important thing, it's even not to discover what they are, but it's to discover what am I. So and when I have a relationship with these people, when I have, right, we co-create experiences, then what are those experiences? I had to understand that these beings are unconditional creators, as I am. So whatever experience we're having, they are giving me their unconditional. I'll receive it conditionally, though, but their experience, the way we are, it's always unconditional. That doesn't negate the emotional reaction, right? The way I'm getting into it. But if I stay into this, right? If I take the experience now, after all these years, I'm able to see those experiences and see the human experience is one thing, but then there is what? There is the experience, the creator. There is that, right? What I am bringing into it, this collaboration, this co-creation, two beings that are in this moment having an experience. I'm interpreting it as unpleasant, honestly, right? Great. But is that all that I can take from it? Well, not anymore, because now I take the experience and I discover myself into it. I'm able to have go more deep into the understanding, into observing it and understanding the vibration. As I was having this experience the other day of having this anger thrown to me, the first reaction was honestly a reaction of panic. What am I going to do with that? What is it's still happening? Oh, right, that thing. But through the work I've done, I'm able to also have a hold of myself and to say, oh, this is not about me. This is not me. This is happening. Yes, I have feeling about it. Yes, but that I'm experiencing, what I'm seeing there. It's my point of view. It's my experience. The person that is angry right now, that is angry, even if they're taking me as the
target
of their anger, the target of that, they are expressing their unconditional, they're getting at that. But it's not about me. It could be anyone else. It could be anything else. They will be angry as much, right? That's their expression. Then you see that makes the experience different, because then my reaction, my feelings, the way I'm able to take that and accept and to surrender to that, because I realize, okay, I got it. Experience, God, creation. No one is dying. No one is suffering. No one is. It's the unconditional express.
Yes.
So,
and remember that anger wasn't targeted at you. That anger was just an idea of validating your truth in your world, that anger exists. So
Yeah.
What happened is when that was perceived as targeting with you, which it obviously it looks like because he's yelling right at you.
Yeah.
Then you understand, oh, my reaction to this, I can put anger back into this. I can defend it. I can target it, or I can accept that idea of I'm interpreting this unconditional action as anger. So I accept it, and then I speak a different truth about that, or move into a different vibration about that.
And you see then what happens in these instances, because that is where we get to have the step forward, the right. We're doing this. Let's get a step forward. Let's understand this at a different level. Is that what is happening there? Well, I got a opportunity to work on myself, to understand deeper myself. And I had an opportunity to do what? To have a situation where I could have, right, what seemed to be the old stuff all again there, right? As a child, all that is happening again. I've been targeting by blah, 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 all of that. But then I have what? I have the experience, the opportunity, the potential to change my relationship with it, to take actions that I never took before. So choosing differently, right? So that was an opportunity that I was creating for myself. And then I have the choice to simply feel the target of the moment, to feel that, oh, it's me, oh, I'm just shit and all of that. Or I have the choice of saying, well, now I choose differently. So the experience, right? There you go. I know now that I can choose different, that I can do different. I would have known that if I hadn't done that, if I hadn't had that experience of going through that, of having that, and then choosing differently, right? So,
but you will always get that. You will always get what you are. See, there's never the possibility of without that, I would have never known. That without that reality happening is impossible because that's invalidating what you are. That's why we pay attention to the now and see constantly what we are and what we choose to change about ourselves. Of course, the change itself is very difficult. The transcendence of a truth is fucking incredibly difficult because you have to go through that. But if you recognize I can react here and play the same self of my memory, my human self that I'm very, very good at emotionally, I can play that emotional stance. But I also have an opportunity because I attracted the truth of me represented, and I have choice. So I can change my truth. And that's what you did.
Yes. Yeah. But again,
so it's
right,
never not there. It's always there. Go ahead.
Yes. But again, right, this is work that I've done. This is years of and right, but I've never done the work of myself, going through all of that has never done with the outcome or the idea of intending to have this outcome, right? To have this discovery, it's never about having a intentional the different or outcome of whatever. It happens in the moment. It's the match of the moment, right? It's there when it's there. If I had gone through that day with the idea, oh, today I'm gonna change that. No, it just happened. You
That's
cannot
intention,
plan it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
forget about time. Forget about time.
Exactly. You're not getting there in time. You're getting there the moment the match is there. The match is there. The moment
now.
it's happening,
now.
it's happening, and it's now. Yes, and that's where as a human being, right, in time, having so much to do with time. And this is something that we're talking together on Saturday, right, Roxy? It's thing to realize you're not doing this for time, or you do not expect time to be a factor, because when you do that, then you lose yourself into the expectation that you must be something at that time, right? Oh, next month I'll be at that point. In 1 year I'll be at that point. If you do that,
Right.
you're setting yourself up to failure, or to what? Because then that's what it is, right? That's the relationship that you give to the work that you are doing. And the need, and what we need as a tool, as a right, is to release our expectation that we can create something in a determined time. We evolve, yes. We change, yes. But we change and we become something exactly in the moment we are that, not because we planned it. And
No.
and when you can't really to have that, right, to understand that and to release your expectations, you move forward even more strongly, because you've released your expectations. You have no destiny, or no anything of the kind where you have to arrive somewhere by the end of this life. You have
Yeah, that's an emotion. If you recognize, let's look at that point. When people have preconceived ideas about their lives, look at the emotional relationship behind that. Does it give you status? Does it make you special? Does it set you apart? Is it a reason for you to move forward because you have a destiny? See, all of that is emotional. You have to feel reality, and it'll tell you how you're relating. That's how you're creating it. We're creating off of programs from generations of humanity. We have to change the program.
And again,
there's no destiny. There's no preconceived. Fuck that.
Yeah.
There's now.
When you do that, right, step by step, you change that. You change your relationship. You change the way you relate to those things. You may have instances where, and it happens to me, right? And like we were discussing on Saturday, right? Where suddenly you realize, oh wait, I was still having a relationship of time with what I'm doing. Oh wait, I was externalizing this point, right? And keep doing that, and maybe in that moment you were not really realizing that you were, until you understand it, until you see it, and that's all right. Once you perceive it, then you can release the belief system that are attached to that. You can then build on that. You're moving forward, your evolution. So if you have discoveries like this, don't be hard on yourself. Accept it. It's the way we work. It's the way we discover. It's the way we are able then to move forward in our evolution. And
yeah, it's like the idea. Hang on, real quick. It's like the idea you arrive to a party 2 hours after it started. You got to look around to see what's going on. So when you wake up, you're arriving to humanity well after it started. So you got to look at your own reality to see what's going on. Oh, I just woke up to myself and realized, hey, I'm an incarnation, I'm a creator, and everything that I find true belongs to humanity, the separated self, the idea of externalism. I need to look at those and do the work on the inside so I can clean up my kingdom. So look at it like that. When you wake up, you got a lot of fucking cleaning to do because it's a mess.
Yes.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, and you know, the journey and all of that, it's worth it. It's worth it because when you discover yourself as the creator and that you are able to perceive how you are doing it, right? How it is manifested in your every moment's experience, and that you can relate to it and feel the vibration, feel and feel yourself in it. And when also you realize that I'm doing this is mine, this is me, this is, and that you allow yourself really to be fully present in your moment, in your creation, in your body, and you look around you and you feel it. I promise you that you'll have one of the best experiences you can ever have, because you'll see how wonderful, amazing creator you are. How you're there, right? And remember, we've come to this with the idea that we were here as the victim of creation, as the victim of God, as the victim of everything. Because how it's awful and everything is done against me and blah, 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 all of that. Now you discover, oh, this beautiful, amazing thing, it's me. And I'm here and I can be fully, totally in this moment, present, having my experience, having my whatever is going on. Isn't that different? It's totally different. That has nothing to do with the experience of I'm a victim. It's absolutely not the same thing. It's not the same way of being present in your moment. That you cannot even compare. But because it's not the same. Right? It's not the same. It's two completely different experiences that we choose to have. But now you know you have a different choice that you can make in your evolution of how you relate to your moment, to your creation. And that too doesn't happen overnight. It's an evolution.
Of course it doesn't happen overnight. It's everyday now work.
Yeah.
Mastery of work. But you have to realize something, all the listeners in this reality, you have attracted this moment because of a vibration potential. You didn't get here because reality made a mistake. You got here is because it matched your vibrational truth. So you're listening to this, and this gives you ideas about your reality. So you must be interested in awakening, otherwise you wouldn't be matching this world. But it doesn't mean this is the only one, because if you are interested, there's a million other ways you can show you how you're to yourself what you're creating. Remember, it's never about the target on the outside of the mirror. It's never there. It's always about you and your truth, and reality will come up with a million fucking ways to give you exactly what you are so you can see that idea of your own potential.
Mm-hmm.
So these ideas are ideas for you to do what you will with. That's the key.
Yes.
And we can't explain it. We can't tell you how it's going to feel. We can't do any of that. We can give you ideas, but we can't do it for you. You have to discover everything your fucking self.
Yeah.
It's all up to you because it's all you anyway. That's the key.
Yes.
Anyways,
You're
that was a good
here
talk.
to have the experience. Yeah. And you're here to have the experience.
Well,
That's why
the
you
thing-
are here.
Yeah, but the thing is, wait a minute, time out. Wait a minute, time. You're here to have the experience. No, you're always having an experience.
Of course. But what I mean there is
Let's
that
not give it a purpose.
No, absolutely. But what I mean is that you're having the experience. I'm not having it for you. Roxy is not having it for, or anyone else is not having it for you. You're having it. That's the thing, right?
Okay.
You cannot expect someone else to experience for you.
That didn't come across that way at all. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Okay, I see where you're going.
And
cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's great. Absolutely. So
good stuff.
Yeah.
So know it. If you need ideas on that, check out my channel. Check out Max's channel. Listen to these podcasts. We've done 10 years. I've been at this for 10 years. Yeah, it's 2023. 10 years of doing this work. And we've created ideas on how you can recognize it and start doing your own work in your own house, owning your own reality once again, creating your own reality, not through intention, not through the idea of deliberate intention, but deliberate will. The will of you is a momentary idea. It's not something fashioned out of your memory, which is the past, to create an idea, emotional future. It's the manifestation of your will right now. Anyways, good stuff. Max, where can they find you?
Thank you. breakfastwithmax.com, my website, and the YouTube channel, the same, Breakfast with Max. And what about you, Roxy?
You can find me at odysseyofascension.com and Odyssey of Ascension on YouTube. YouTube's got like 700, 800, 900, I don't know, videos. A lot of content there. You don't have to do them in order. Just follow your inspiration, your intuition. Click on that one, click on that one, and just let it all start to unfold. Go for the journey of awakening. See, you've already done the human. Otherwise, you couldn't wake up to yourself. If you weren't done with the human, you couldn't have the opportunity to move out of human relationship. You must be done with it. Otherwise, why would this change here? You have to trust that change is for you to say, hey, I got a new opportunity to create my own reality. Let's go and see what this fucking world's about. So check out YouTube on both of us. And I think that's it, Max. Next week, maybe we'll have a guest. We don't know yet, but there might be a guest next week.
Yeah.
We're putting it out there to see if reality will manifest.
And you know who you are. So, but yeah, probably we'll have a new guest. And so
find out. Find out.
Yeah, you'll find out next week.
All right, everyone. Thank you for your tuning in on us, and we love you.
We love you, and
thanks, Matt.
We'll reconnect with you soon. Bye-bye. And
bye, everyone.
There you go. This one.